By now, you must have gone through our print material and must be knowing what is a corporate author. Now let me show you some publications and see if you can identify the ones that are by corporate authors. You take down the title and author's name and tick the ones that are by corporate authors. Constitution Amendment in India by the Lok Sabha Secretariat. Literacy Statistics of India by the Directorate of Adult Education, Ministry of Education and Culture, Government of India. Family Planning in Selected Villages by the Demographic Section of the Institute of Economic Growth. Administered Price Policy, a discussion paper by the Government of India, Ministry of Finance. Parliamentary Debates by the Parliament of India, an official report. Economic Analysis in Input-Output Framework, edited by P. N. Mathur and P. Venkatramaya. A list of papers read at the second seminar of the Input-Output Research Association of India, held in Pune, 1967. The Story of My Life by Morarji Desai. Bartholomew World Atlas. Temples of South India by the Publications Division, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. Low-Income Rural Housing, a model for government policy and action, sponsored by the World Bank under IDBI scheme. It is by D. R. Veena. Scheme of Assistance to Voluntary Agencies for Early Childhood Education by the Ministry of Education and Culture, Government of India. Indian Economy in 1969. Proceedings of the conference held on the 24th January 1969. Now let us see if your answers tally with mine. Constitution Amendment in India, a government publication, right. Literacy Statistics of India, a government publication, right. Family Planning in Selected Villages, an institutional publication, right. Administered Price Policy, a discussion paper, it is a government publication, right. Parliamentary Debates, government publication, right. Economic Analysis in Input-Output Framework, a conference proceeding, right. The Story of My Life, it is a biography of Morarji Desai, wrong. Bartholomew World Atlas, a reference source, wrong. Temples of South India, a government publication, right. Low-Income Rural Housing, this publication is by the author D. R. Veena, wrong. Scheme of Assistance to Voluntary Agencies for Early Childhood Education, a government publication, right. Indian Economy in 1969. It is the proceedings of the conference, therefore right. These publications, you will notice, are not written by any author individually or in collaboration with anyone. The publications that are prepared by the government bodies, institutions, and the proceedings of conferences are known as works by corporate authors. The corporate authors are of three types: government, institution, and conference. These publications require special treatment. The Classified Catalog Code provides special rules for rendering the names of corporate authors. Now let us see how such publications are to be catalogued. We will now try to understand how the publications by corporate authors are to be catalogued. Seema and Mr. Kataria will help me in cataloguing such publications. Yes, Seema. Would you help me?
Yes, of course.
This publication, you will notice, is by the Government of India. In such cases where the publication is by the government as a whole, the Classified Catalog Code prescribes that it should be entered under the geographical name of the country. Yes, Seema, you have prepared the card?
Yes, I have written India in place of author.
This was a case of government at national level. Government could also be at lower levels, like the state, the district, city, or even at panchayat level. In all such cases, the entry element should be the geographical area of that government. For instance, if we have a publication by the government of Uttar Pradesh, then instead of India, we will have Uttar Pradesh as the entry element. Most of the publications of government are generally brought out by its various ministries and departments. These are known as the organs of government. The organs of government are mainly of four types: the constitutional organ, the administrative organ, the temporary organ, and the head of the state. Constitutional organ is further divided into three types: the executive, for example, cabinet, ministry, etc. The legislature, for example, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Parliament, etc. And judiciary. Examples are Supreme Court, High Court, etc. The examples of administrative organs are the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of External Affairs, etc. The temporary organs are generally the ad hoc committees and commissions appointed by the government for a certain purpose. In case of the head of the government, we have President of a country, Prime Minister of a country, Chief Minister of any state, etc. Now let us look into this publication. This is by the Parliament of India, a constitutional organ of the government. Now if we make the entry under Parliament, do you think this is right? Can you make out to which country this Parliament belongs to? No, you can't. Mr. Kataria, what do you do in such cases?
We first write the name of the country and then Parliament, like this.
That's right. Here we have a publication by the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance is an administrative organ of the Government of India. Now, if we make the entry under the Ministry of Finance directly, can you visualize what problem you will face in locating the card in the catalogue cabinet? You have to go through all the entries under Ministry of, say, Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Defense, etc. to come across Ministry of Finance. To solve this problem, the classified catalog code suggests that first, the name of the country should be written, then after a comma, the ministry's name should come. The entry element for the administrative organ of the government should be the word or the word group denoting its sphere of work. That is, finance in this case. The other secondary elements, that is, the Ministry of, should be put in circular brackets. Ministry of Finance is a subordinate body under the Government of India. This is the organ of first remove. Any subordinate body under this ministry becomes the organ of second remove. For example, in this case, the Government of India is the main body. Under this, we have Ministry of Education and Culture, the organ of first remove, and under that we have Directorate of Adult Education, the organ of second remove. Seema, will you show us how to render the name of author in this case?
One has to keep in mind that entries are made under the main body and followed by the subordinate bodies in descending order.
Now we'll take up the temporary organs of the government. We know that the government from time to time appoints certain committees and commissions for specific purposes. These ad hoc committees and commissions are known as temporary organs of the government. Seema, do we have any commission report here?
Yes, we have. There is.
Here we have the report of the Education Commission of 1964. The chairman of this commission was D.S. Kothari. Seema, you have prepared the card for this?
Yes, we have. These are the cards.
Here in this main entry card, you will notice that in the author's name, first the entry is made under India, then followed by the name of the commission, that is Education Commission. After this, the year of the commission is written, and finally the chairman's name is written in this way. If you look at the class number, you will find that the letter small t is added, which is a common isolate and stands for commission report. So, a special class index entry requires to be made under the commission report. Now let us look into the different class index entries that are made for this publication. They are education, which stands for the class number T. Second one is education, India, which stands for the class number T.44. And finally, we have education, India, commission, 1964 in circular brackets, then report. This stands for the class number T.44 inverted comma N64 small t. This commission is also popularly known by the name of its chairman, that is Kothari Commission. So, a special book index entry requires to be made for Kothari Commission. The entry would be like this: Kothari Commission, then the title of the book, and finally the call number of the book. Finally, let us look into another type of organ of government, that is the head of states as corporate authors. They are authors not in their individual capacity, but as representatives of the position held by them. So, the entry should be made under the position held by them. Suppose we have a publication, Speeches of George Bush, the President of United States. Then how do we render the author's name? Mr. Kataria, can you give me a plain card?
Sure.
So, the entry should be under United States, then comma, then the position held by him, that is President, and finally for individualization we put the name of the President, that is George Bush. Now let us look into the second type of corporate authors, that is institutions. Institutions could be at different levels: international, national, or local. Institutions are mainly of two types: one having autonomous status and the other being a part of a main institution. In case of institutions having independent status, the entry should be made directly under the name of the institution. For example, this publication is by the Institute of Economic Growth. So, the entry should be made under Institute of Economic Growth. At times, we come across two or more institutions with same name. In such cases, the place name should be added for individualization, like this. This was a case of institution having independent status. In case of institutions having subordinate status, the entry should be made under the name of the main body followed by the name of the subordinate body. For instance, in case of Department of Library and Information Science of Indira Gandhi National Open University, the entry should be made under Indira Gandhi National Open University followed by Department of Library and Information Science like this. Finally, let us take up conferences as corporate authors. Seminars, symposiums, conventions, workshops, etc. are some of the categories of conferences. Conferences may be held at regular intervals or it may be irregular. The proceedings of conferences held at regular intervals are treated as periodical publications. Only those proceedings which are irregular are treated as conferences. Let us ask Seema to catalogue a conference proceeding for us. Here you will notice that the entry is made under the name of the conference, that is National Convention on Union-State Relations. This is followed by the place of the conference in circular brackets. Finally, the year of the conference is written, that is also in circular brackets. So, you have noticed that two individualizing elements are used for conference proceedings. One is the place of the conference and the second one is the year of the conference. With this, we end our discussion on corporate authors. Now let us recapitulate the main points. According to classified catalog code, there are three types of corporate authors: government, institution, and conference. Government publications are mainly of two types: by government as a whole and by organs of the government. Organs of government are of four types: constitutional, administrative, temporary, and head of the government. Institutional publications are of two types. One, institutions having independent status. Two, institutions having subordinate status. In case of independent status, the entry is made directly under the name of the institution. In case of subordinate status, the entry is made under the main body followed by the subordinate body. Conferences are of two types, regular and irregular. Regular conferences come under periodical publications. Irregular conference proceedings are treated as conferences. Place of the conference and the year of the conference is used to individualize a conference. I hope you have understood the rendering of corporate authors according to classified catalog code. In the end, we would like to thank the staff members of Nehru Memorial Museum Library for their kind cooperation.